understand again, with this practice that we are offering, when you hold yourself consistently in a line of feeling, you align yourself with events and circumstances that are consistent with that feeling. And that means that you are out of alignment with that which is not aligned with that feeling. Understand this. Once you get down this path and you understand the things that we are talking about, and you are living, you are breathing the things that we are talking about without having to think about it, because you have rooted, anchored yourself in the ideas, in these truths of you in source, that's when you can get to the space of being fearless. Because when you know you are consistently expressing in a high fashion, and you know that that which is materializing as your experience is born of that high frequency, and you know that that which is not in alignment with you does not show up as experience, then what is there to fear? When you understand that all things are energy, all things are frequency, all things are born of vibration, and that which is manifest unto you is born of your vibration, what's there to fear? Synchronicities. Conscious creators, let's talk about synchronicities. Let's talk about those happenings that occur in your life directly as a result of your alignment. Now, we know that's funny because everything that happens in your life is in accordance to alignment. But oftentimes, many times when you don't even notice, there are subtle happenings that are beautiful. Let's say on the high side of frequency. There are those things that happen that are most excellent to experience. Say the meeting of another beautiful soul, just at random, a stranger, in which a beautiful conversation unfolds, a beautiful interaction unfolds, or multiple in one day. Say, this is something that many play with when it comes to alignment and intention. Parking spots. Say in one day you come across multiple parking spots at the front of the parking lot. So much that it's not coincidence, and then you recognize that it's not coincidence. Say an occurrence like your stoplight scenario, in which you experience multiple green lights in a row. How often does that happen? Is that a frequent happening in your experience? Or does it often seem like you get caught, often throwing you off balance in your timing, circumstance? Synchronicities. These are always happening, and they're happening in accordance with your alignment. It's happening in accordance with your consistent energy expression. Now, it's difficult to identify the synchronicities that are happening all the time because most of you are on a roller coaster of expression. You're on a roller coaster of vibrational, energetic, emotional expression, which sometimes you're feeling good and on the high side of frequency. Sometimes you're not feeling so great and you're on the lower side of frequency. Sometimes you're happy and excited as a result of an external manifest experience. Sometimes you're frustrated, angry, hurt emotionally, damaged emotionally on the low side of frequency as a result of reacting to experience manifest. And because you are in a reactionary state and you're focused so much on the experience and the cause of experience outside of you, cause from that perspective being the person or the thing that caused you to have the experience. You're not aware of the alignment that has taken place. You're not aware of the synchronicities that have presented themselves in front of you. You're not aware. Definitely not aware that that which is appearing outside of you is a direct match to that which you have recently expressed vibrationally, that which you have recently, that which has recently occurred as an inner experience. You're not aware of that. How can you be? Because your attention is so focused externally. So for those of you on this journey of conscious creation, those of you on this journey of enlightenment, who know you are on a journey of enlightenment, who know you are on a journey of growth and expansion, that at its root is growth and expansion, consistent growing empowerment. You have to be aware that synchronicities that grant you evidence of your vibrational expression, of your inner, consistent inner makeup expressed, is constantly happening. And this is why we have often suggested that you play with your vibrational expression, play with being aligned with that which you desire to feel before you entertain a desired manifestation, before you entertain the idea of materializing a physical thing that you have desired, especially if you have desired it for a long time, that and it has seemed to elude you, i.e. the money, the homes, the car, the job, the business, the relationship, all of those things that you deem important, that you have yet to be able to materialize. We say, give it just a moment. Wait on those things and play with vibrational alignment. Play with frequency alignment. You know that you have been on the roller coaster. You know that you are high and low many, many, many times during the course of a day. Play with being consistent. Make it a priority to be consistent in a level of frequency. Now, you can choose whatever frequency you want because you are creating nonetheless. You can choose to be in a state of frustration and hate consistently, intentionally, on purpose, or you can choose to be in a state of joy, excitement, love, consistently, because the entire spectrum is creative. Understand that. Any frequency you choose to express with consistency, any emotion you choose to express with consistency is creative. Oftentimes, individuals on this path, they focus so much on the joy side, the love side, as if that's the only creative side. No, you've been creating all along. Each one is creating unto themselves, no matter where they fall on the spectrum. Hate is creative. Anger is creative. Frustration is creative. Low self-value, that feeling of being a victim, of being helpless, is creative. Joy is creative. Strength is creative. That power, that feeling of being strong, that feeling of being valuable, that feeling of being royal, majestic, excellent, brilliant. All of these are creative. Anywhere you want to place yourself or fall on that spectrum, anywhere anyone falls on the spectrum, whether conscious or unconscious, the feeling, the state of being, the feeling that results is creative. So, back to our suggestion. Our suggestion is that you pick one and be consistent in your expressing. However you achieve that consistency, whether you set your mobile device, the timer, for a certain period of time, and every time that alarm goes off, you recenter yourself in that feeling. right? Just take a moment. It doesn't take long to situate yourself in frustration or hate or anger. It doesn't take long to situate yourself in love. I am love. I am love. I am love. And begin to feel it. Or joy or excitement or beauty or the bliss of the imaging or the visualizing of a rainbow or a beautiful scene, a beautiful mountain scene, or the beauty of looking out over the ocean from the top floor of your favorite hotel, whatever it is that gets you to that state that you are choosing, in that feeling place that you are choosing, use it. And when the alarm goes off, the timer goes off, whatever you're using, use that imagery, that scene, to recenter yourself in the feeling so that you are more and more consistent. And the more you do it, the more your mind will remind you on its own, because you're establishing it as an idea. But the point is to be consistent in your expressing so that you can begin to be aware of, in your external experience, the happenings, the synchronicities that are exact matches to the vibration you're expressing. The happenings, the experiences that are exact matches to the frequency you are expressing, that are in perfect alignment with you. It is our desire for you to understand that you are creating. There's no question. But you have to prove it to yourself. It does no good for us or anyone else to tell you a thing and for you just to believe it. That doesn't do anyone any good, because that does not activate in the highest form the power within you. Well, it's already activated. It doesn't situate the belief. The belief is not an internal expression. That's why it's important to prove it to yourself. And these ideas you can prove to yourself, because the ideas that we are sharing, are only indicators of that which you have always been doing. The ideas that we are sharing are only indicators of the creative power, references to the creative power that is being expressed through each of you. Each one of you is creating. The homeless person is creating that experience for themselves. The most wealthy, the most powerful, the most high in your human experience is creating that experience for themselves. And most of them just have developed these ideas or were conditioned to these ideas. Most are not creating consciously. But those of you who are open to these type transmissions, those of you who are on the path of growth and expansion, those of you who know you are on this journey of enlightenment, are on your way to being conscious creators. You're on your way to understanding the inner creative process, understanding that which you are responsible for in that process, mastering that which you are responsible for in that process, understanding that your external life experience is a reflection of your internal experience. That which you are entertaining inside the mind and body is that which you experience externally. The feeling place, first and foremost, the feelings, the consistent feeling, the vibrational energy expression that you offer, first and foremost, is creating before you even have an intention, before you even have a desired manifestation. For the vibrations that you are expressing color and coat your experience. When you go to the store, you don't have to have an intention. When you interact with humanity, when you interact with nature, you don't have to have an intention. Your feelings, your consistently expressed feelings, or whether you're consistently expressing a single feeling or you're consistently on the roller coaster, these feelings color and coat your experience. They are what makes the interaction with the cashier beautiful or not so great. They are what makes your interaction with the strangers who started the conversation with you beautiful or not so great. They are that which, with precision, you can predict at some point you will have a not so great experience driving, if you're believing in road rage and those type things, or beautiful experiences if that's what you believe in. If you are entertaining the ideas, if you're entertaining the thoughts, if you are feeling the feelings, it's most likely it will be your experience. And each one of you are creating, so there's no way around it other than changing where you're placing your attention, changing where you are changing the ideas and the thoughts and the imagery that you're holding inside of the mind and body, changing how you feel consistently. Understand again, with this practice that we are offering, when you hold yourself consistently in a line of feeling, you align yourself with events and circumstances that are consistent with that feeling. And that means that you are out of alignment with that which is not aligned with that feeling. Understand this. Once you get down this path and you understand the things that we are talking about, and you are living, you are breathing the things that we are talking about without having to think about it, because you have rooted, anchored yourself in the ideas, in these truths of you in source, that's when you can get to the space of being fearless. Because when you know you are consistently expressing in a high fashion, and you know that that which is materializing as your experience is born of that high frequency, and you know that that which is not in alignment with you does not show up as experience, then what is there to fear? When you understand that all things are energy, all things are frequency, all things are born of vibration, and that which is manifest unto you is born of your vibration, what's there to fear? There's nothing to fear when you have intention and you're intending a relationship. There's nothing to fear when you have an intention and you are creating a business. You're creating a job circumstance. There's nothing to fear when you are intending in the highest, expressing in the highest of frequencies, and you are choosing to be, intending to be the most excellent of parents. What's there to fear? When you know that that which you are expressing, and you have proven to yourself that that which you are expressing is what materializes in front of you. All that aligns with that energy is what materializes in front of you as a single individual, as experience. Your life hinges on your ability to express consistently. That which you call success and failure is born of frequency. That which you call or perceive to be winning and losing is born of frequency. And when you begin to play in higher frequency, you stop interpreting experience that way. There are no wins and losses. There are experiences by which you learn and grow through. expanding your consciousness, expanding your awareness, expanding your capacity to create and allow in. A gentleman wrote a book about failing forward. But you really need to take the word fail out, because there is no failure as long as you are growing from experience. And you can grow from excellent experience to excellent experience when you begin to consistently offer a high frequency as your vibrational expression. You can grow from peak to peak rather than having to dip into the valleys. When you really understand and you master that which you are responsible for, and you get clear on your intentions, and you lace those intentions, and those intentions are constantly laced in a high frequency, then you begin to operate life moving from peak to peak to peak to peak, growing in between along the way. Because there's always a next. And you, as a being who is human, has ingrained in you to reach for higher. This is why many get frustrated and stagnant in their position, because they don't understand their creating. They don't understand their responsibility. They don't understand their true power. They feel like they're stuck in experience, but their spirit desires to grow, to expand, and to live on the edge of possibility and potential, constantly expanding and creating that potential for themselves. But if you don't see yourself doing it, if you don't feel yourself capable of doing that, definitely if you don't know that you are creating, then your potential and ability in life turns on itself. And you become your own worst enemy through self-defeating language, self-defeating thoughts, self-defeating beliefs, because you can't fathom how you can get to where you are being inspired to go because you don't have the correct information. When you first learn that you are creating, you first become aware that you are creating, yes, it can be scary. But if you continue to learn, if you continue to practice, you quickly move into immense empowerment, because the possibilities begin to reveal themselves. The potential that you wield begins to reveal itself. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a powerful thing. And once you really get a hold of these ideas, and you get to the place where you're able to begin acting fearlessly on that which you are inspired to be, do, and have, then you begin to see how life has been waiting for you all along. We are excited for each of you. We are thankful for those of you who have allowed us to be of support in this brief moment in time. We are thankful for those of you who have found us seeking to connect and learn more deeply and to accelerate the process. We have many offerings in which you are able to do that. Just check the description. Join the community. Get on the list so that you're aware of our other opportunities, our live interactions, which are most powerful, impacting and empowering for you. Those of you who know you are on this journey of enlightenment, those of you who are growing, expanding, and seeking to accelerate the process. That is all. We love you very much. We are excited for you. You are creating, no matter what you may think at the moment, and no matter what they may say. You are creating. You are creating. You are creating. We will talk to you soon.